All right, guys, I gotta get going. I'm sorry.
Where are you going?
I'm going home. I'm going home.
What are you doing with those?
I'm gonna make my own menu for Thanksgiving. These are really good.
Well, I mean, we need those. Like, what do you think you're going?
I'm going home to make my own menu, Michael.
No, I need wine.
Well, these are samples.
I need wine, Carrie.
Well, you have one. You took
but,
it from me.
Hey, I work for a wine distributor, but doesn't mean I'm made out of wine.
So I see you're partaking in No Shave November.
Yeah, sure. We'll call it that.
It's called that.
Yeah, it's called that. Yeah, I guess it's November, so yes, it's No Shave November. There was No Shave October prior to that.
Oh, gotcha. It kind of blend.
Yeah, but No Shave November is fantastic. Yeah, I love it. You know.
Yeah, I do too.
You do?
I do. I love No Shave November. You will see me in nothing but long dresses and pants from here on out.
I got this in last night. The state of Nevada is trying to pass a referendum where state and local government employees cannot have mustaches. I don't want to work here without a mustache. I really don't.
I don't want to work here either.
Well, you have a very light mustache, so lucky you.
Okay.
And also long sweaters.
All right. Whatever works, I guess.
And if it's for males, it can also be for females.
That's
it
right.
can also be for whatever you are. My pets, they're not getting haircuts. It's No Shave November, no haircut
It's November. Everything goes. And it's 2020, so
and
everything
it's 2020,
goes
so anything, it's been this way for a long time.
Yeah, way too long. I
Yeah.
guess.
Speaking of November, Thanksgiving is coming up.
True.
Which is why we have all these wines in front of us.
True. It's right around the corner, really.
I know, yeah.
You know, where did the time go?
Also, by the way, it snowed like 2 or 3 times now, so I thought we skipped Thanksgiving and it was Merry Christmas already, so that was
we
weird.
can stop talking about that if you want. We can come
No,
up
I
with a
wanted.
lineup.
I love these Thanksgiving wines and I love food. So
You know, who doesn't like Thanksgiving, really?
yeah, no,
I mean,
it's an
if you
excuse
talk
to
about
eat.
food and wine, I mean, and up until now, you know, being 2020, everybody was drinking wine regardless.
Yeah, right.
So
yeah.
now at least there's an excuse.
Exactly, and
Just
holiday.
like, you know, there's November, so there's an excuse.
Yeah, yeah.
It's all about excuses, so it's all good.
Wow, that's just my life. You nailed it. Nothing but
It's your life in a
excuses.
nutshell.
Yeah.
So yes, Thanksgiving's coming up, and it's a great holiday for wine and for food, really.
Yeah, yep.
And for like
Yeah.
small family gatherings. So
10 or less.
10 or less, that's right.
We're watching you, Boise.
So I picked a few wines that I think could be fantastic to go with a traditional French Thanksgiving meal.
Yeah, French American.
That's right. You know, like it'll be at
Like
my
you.
house, which, you know, I'm still working on the menu, but
Yeah. Okay.
I'll come up with something.
All right. You have a whole menu. I just kind of just pulling up online.
It's like
Traditional
how do you cook a
Thanksgiving.
turkey?
Turkey 101. This will be my 4th turkey this year. I have it under...
Gobble.
Gobble, gobble, yeah. Yikes.
Well, I think we need some wine.
You need
How
to
about
stay
that?
out of my internet searches.
Let's start with some wine. May I pour you
You may,
something?
yeah.
Looks like you're parched or something. So.
I love that you tilt the glass.
Oh yeah, I don't want the bubbles to
It's a
just
nice
like
touch,
all
yeah.
go crazy, you know.
Yep. Pour it like a
There's a
jerk.
method to my madness.
Is there?
All right, so our first wine tonight is not from France, as opposed to like the rest of them, but in fact from Austria, and I brought that because it's a fantastic wine. I've always liked it. It's a great value. I think it totally fits the whole Thanksgiving kind of feel and flavors.
Yeah.
And so I brought the Huber Sparkling Rosé, which is from Tresenthal, Austria, and it's an up-and-coming winery. Markus Huber is in charge of the winery, and this is a nice blend of 50-50 Zweigart and Pinot Noir. And
I love Zweigart. I've only had it a couple times.
You don't see
But
Zweigart a
it's-
whole lot.
but it's a super cool grape.
But you know, they're kind of like, I would kind of put it towards like a gamay
Yeah.
feel to them.
Sure.
And so I think it's a great blend. It's sparkling rosé, so it's festive, and the flavor profile I think is spot on.
Yeah,
It's
it's delicious, and I think it's very. I don't like to say this, but it's very unoffensive, like sparkling rosé. I think anybody could enjoy this. It goes down really easily. I've already had 2 big gulps.
I didn't even notice it. Oopsie.
Yeah, it is absolutely delicious. The label's very pretty, so if you are having guests over, I think that's a good no. I know my friends are always like, look at this label. So
You know, and I think
it's a thing.
it's a way to kind of explore and branch out a little bit too.
Yeah, oh yeah,
You know,
absolutely.
I mean,
Austrian
everybody
wine.
knows, you know, Prosecco's and champagne to some extent.
That's
and-
such a good point. Yeah.
But like nobody really talks about Austrian.
Yeah,
sparkling
that's such a
wines.
good point. That's
And,
super cool.
So it's kind of a way to just travel around a little bit and just have fun and try something
Yeah.
different. And I think it's just absolutely delicious.
My best friend lives in Austria.
Really?
I'd say that. Yeah, she teaches rock climbing
Oh boy! That
in
sounds pretty
Austria.
cool.
She's pretty gnarly.
They have a few,
She's pretty rad.
rocks up there.
Just a couple, at least 2. They have at least 2 rocks. Because she has jobs, so you gotta have
Good.
at least more than one.
Very good. It's got some nice strawberry to it.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's got almost like a little bit of a spice on the finish.
Yeah, there is a little bit of spice to it.
Mm-hmm. And I think it's super festive, great for the whole entire meal or just as an aperitif or like while you're just kind of visiting. I think it's extremely flexible.
Yeah,
So
I agree. Food friendly, but also welcoming friendly.
exactly.
I love it. And it's a
So-
very pretty color.
Can't believe you're actually dumping that.
I know that this Alsace Gewürztraminer is up, and
Oh.
I love this wine also.
Then I can't really
I have to
complain.
save myself a little bit.
So you want to try this?
If you'll let me.
Alright, we'll do that. So our second wine is super classic, extremely classic, but in a good way. And that is the Trimbach Gewürztraminer. Trimbach is a very old family in the wine world, very respected family. And they started in the 1600s. They're on their 13th generation. We actually had the pleasure and like to actually have one of the family members come and visit years ago. And to be honest, I mean, it's been a little
Yeah.
while, so I kind of
That's huge. I
lose
mean,
track
that's a
of time.
big deal.
But Julian was in town, and we've had a great time, and it was so nice to actually be in the presence of like history. I mean, it was
Yeah,
like,
no,
you know,
Trimbach is
it goes so far
yeah.
back.
Trimbach is not joking around
No,
with
it's
history.
it's super cool. And so you're in Alsace, you're cold climate, you're real close to Germany. It is Gewürztraminer. It's 100% Gewürztraminer. Some of their vineyards, as well as some purchased grapes from producers that they do business with and they have for a long time. And the wine has always been spot on. And you think of Gewürztraminer, and sometimes you think of like sweet Gewürztraminer. This is bone dry.
Not from
This is like
Alsace.
just
no,
beautiful.
no. Same with Rieslings too.
Unless you go
Big
with like
mistake.
a vendange tardive or something like that, like, you know, kind of an ice wine type thing.
Oh yeah. Sure.
Or like you're just gonna go dry.
Yeah.
Whether it's Riesling or
Yep.
Gewürz, and
Yeah.
this is spot on. It's exactly what it's supposed to be. So it's
The
got
nose
like
on this
the
is
nose. I
gorgeous.
mean, you can smell that all day. I mean,
Yeah.
in fact, it should be a perfume, but who am I to say?
You're not supposed to wear perfume when you wine taste.
That's right.
I'd wear it
Yeah.
though.
Yeah.
And then I would just drink this.
Maybe on
and
my
then I would
weekends.
just smell
On
like
my weekends,
wine.
I'll be like.
Yeah.
But
Then
yeah,
you
this
won't
has
be
like
hungover.
lychee or lychee. I don't know how you want to pronounce it. You know,
I
in
only know
French
how it's
it's.
spelled. I've
France
pronounced about
it's
20
lychee,
different
but-
ways.
So I get a lot of lychee. I get some kind of like white, like jasmine type thing, white flowers like jasmine.
Yeah, it's super floral. I think it was mentioned earlier. I do get those those orange notes, kind of a little bit of mandarin orange on there.
I definitely do like a little bit of a like a mandarin kind of rind or something.
Yeah,
like a little bit
yeah,
of a
I
mandarin
love it.
squeeze.
And maybe I'm the only one, but I still get that typical Alsace like petrol rubbery, just a little bit.
A little bit of that
Not as
petrol,
much. It's
yeah.
definitely muted. as far as other Alsace wines I've had, but
I don't get it nearly as much as like in German Rieslings from the Mosel, for example. But
Yeah,
there's
agreed.
like a hint of that.
yeah,
that kind
agreed.
of-
But I still definitely get it there. And
and
this
like a
wine is
certain
just so cool.
oiliness to it. It's just.
The body is gorgeous on the wine. It just tastes amazing. I hope you have at least 50 cases.
Are you having a big gathering? Or?
I'm having a small gathering. 10 people.
So
or
you
less.
Need, you need 50 cases.
I need at least 49. This is really good. I love
This is-
it. And
this
I
is
also
great.
think that I know white wines, I think this also could age for just a little bit too.
Oh, it's got so much
Yeah.
acidity to it. It's
Yeah.
it's not going anywhere, and I
No.
think this is like, it's got a great structure, like as opposed to some other years that we've had. Well, it was always very good, but I think this one has everything coming together.
Yeah, no,
It's
this
got
is
the
just
body,
a showcase
and yeah, it's
of
just
a bottle.
perfect example of an Alsatian
Yeah.
Gewürztraminer.
Love it.
I think it's a slam dunk on that one.
And if you're having turkey,
We should. It's Thanksgiving.
some people do duck,
Yeah, I will do that.
which is okay.
But
You're like the fourth
I'm not
person.
gonna do like a whole turkey.
Okay.
I mean, it's just
Yeah.
what am I gonna do?
But this is
with a
good
whole
with
turkey?
duck and turkey.
It would be. But see, my
Orange
duck.
glazed duck.
Yeah, but my duck is usually comfy. It's like duck comfy.
Well, today, I mean, this year you're doing orange glazed duck.
Comfy.
Coffee. You know, I took French for 5 years.
So just in case he's watching, we should tell Julien that he needs to come back to Boise.
Yeah, oh yeah, please
Julien,
do come
please
back.
come
You have-
back.
This is a Trimbach shop.
We love it. We
Yeah.
had so much fun.
Hmm. We do love your wines.
I actually took him to his first hockey game.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Is hockey not big in France?
No,
Okay.
not really.
I'm from Michigan, so it's big everywhere.
But yeah, so I had a special night with Julien, hockey game and hot dogs. I mean, that was like gourmet right there.
Oh man,
So
you probably had a blast though.
yeah, we had a good time.
Yeah. If you come to America, you gotta do it.
We had a really good time. So
Well, next time I'm expecting an invite. That's
I
kind
will
of
say the story too, but I went home that night and I told my kids, I'm like, you guys will never guess what happened to me today. And they're like, what?
over their heads.
Yeah, totally. And I'm like, well, when you're old enough to drink,
Yeah.
I met the guy who's gonna be making the Trimbach wines for you, because he's the next in line. And I'm like, so, in 10, 20 years or whatnot, when you drink a bottle of Trimbach, that's who made it. And I thought that was so special, right? 12th generation.
Yeah. No, that's
And they're
super
like,
cool.
Okay.
Okay.
Like, all right, never mind.
yeah.
Moving on. So, way to just
Makes
way to
sense.
ruin my day.
Yeah.
So,
Kids,
oh well.
man.
Kids. Kids. Moving on. Speaking of moving on, Chateau de la Chaise.
I'm so excited
So
for this.
now we're going to the Beaujolais region, which technically is part of Burgundy.
Yep, it is.
Very few people know that, but it's still considered Burgundy. However, it's the southern portion of Burgundy.
Mm-hmm.
And most people know Beaujolais because of Beaujolais Nouveau, which has been a tradition since I think
In
the
November.
50s or the 60s in
It's like
November.
the third Thursday.
Some kind of like hairy wines.
Yeah, they are very new.
Very new. So like Beaujolais Nouveau is a harvest wine. It's
Yeah.
basically the wine or the grapes that got harvested in August and released in November. So it's a carbonic maceration. It's very different kind of way of winemaking. What's here in our glass is very traditional Beaujolais, and it's part of a cru Beaujolais. So there's a series of crus in the Beaujolais known as the best areas to grow Gamay, which is the grape that goes in that. Brouilly is the largest of the cru in the Beaujolais region, and the Chateau La Chaise is one of the oldest estates that we know of in the Beaujolais. It dates back to the 1600s as well.
Yeah.
So
And their vines are old too.
and
right?
vines are old.
Yeah.
I mean, in this wine, about half of the vines are over 50 years old. Some of them are 75 years
gnarly.
old.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's really cool. This is like serious Beaujolais.
Yeah,
So
this is big boy Beaujolais.
I'm not turning you away from buying Beaujolais Nouveau. There's a place. It's fun. It's a celebration. It's
The bottles are,
you
the
know,
labels are cute.
I remember celebrating it when I was a kid with my parents.
Yeah.
We would always have a couple bottles of Beaujolais on the release date. Try it, and it was either like a cherry or banana year, whatever that meant.
Mhm.
And then that was that. Then you forget about it. But then there's actually true, like serious wines from the Beaujolais, and that's one of those.
Yeah, this is absolutely incredible. The body to this, just compared to a lot of Beaujolais I have, is so much more. It's just fuller. It's more complex.
They are age worthy as well.
This definitely good age for sure.
You
Maybe I don't know. How I would say 5 years.
know. 5 to 10 years, depending on the cruise and depending on the vintages as well. I mean, they can age for quite a while. Like you can actually just view them as Burgundies.
Okay,
You know, pretty
yeah.
much. I mean, some of the Cru Beaujolais can age for quite a while. I mean, I'm not going to say 50 years, but
Sure.
5, 10,
Yeah.
15 years in some cases is totally doable.
Yeah, this is gorgeous.
They have a lot more structure and they have a lot
Yeah,
more
this
mouthfeel.
definitely
And,
has that.
Mhm.
Yep, I love this bottle. I still get that classic, like every time I have a Beaujolais, I feel like I just sucked on like a cherry candy, and just that after juice taste is there from that acid. And this is just a gorgeous wine. Like definitely, absolutely, this will be on my table.
And it is
No
such
question.
a classic pairing, I think.
Yeah.
You know, for Thanksgiving. I mean, all my years as a kid in France, you know, when we would have Thanksgiving dinner, that's what we had on the table.
Yeah, no, the past, I feel like 4 to 5 years, I've had Beaujolais on my Thanksgiving
Mhm.
table. My mouth is pooling with acid, so I'm like trying to swallow. But yeah, this is absolutely gorgeous, way more structured than the Nouveau's.
Definitely, and it's not
Yeah.
the same use at all. I
No.
mean, the Nouveau is just, it's like I said, that celebration of the new harvest or the
Yeah.
harvest of the year.
Yeah.
You know, this is nothing like a Nouveau,
Yeah.
and the Nouveau should be fun. You know,
No, it
it's-
is fun, and I
comes and
will
it goes,
still
and
get a
that's it.
couple bottles and just
Exactly.
be like, look. But this is what I'm having with my dinner. Yeah, it's gorgeous. I love this wine.
And then it's not limited
much.
just to turkey, by the way. It's great with fish as well, and
Yeah.
chicken,
No,
and,
it's a
and
food-friendly
veal, and
wine.
pork, and
Mhm.
I mean, all sorts of things. Traditionally speaking, in France, like Beaujolais wines were very big in little cafes and whatnot because they're just super easy. So you would order like a charcuterie plate, or you would order like some pâtés or whatnot with your baguette. And very often, if you order like a carafe of wine,
Mhm.
you would get like a Beaujolais because they're just super easy
Yeah.
and just non-offensive,
Yep.
and
Yep.
they go with everything. So,
Did we mention what the grape was?
so the grape is Gamay. It's 100%
Mhm.
Gamay, which is the grape of the Beaujolais. So, in the
Which
last,
is great for Pinot drinkers.
it's great. I mean, it's a step towards Pinot,
Yeah.
and in the last, I would say maybe 10 years or so, there was a new appellation actually put in place in Burgundy, which is Burgundy Gamay or Gamay Burgundy.
Okay,
And
I'm
so
following you there.
it was a blend of Pinot Noir from Burgundy as well as Gamay from the Cru Beaujolais. And so you can find some of those here and there. They're not all over the place, but you know, it basically kind of brought, to me, I think, it brought Beaujolais more to the level
Yeah.
of the Burgundy.
Yep,
To
it
where all
kind
of a
of
sudden it was
nestled
acknowledged
itself
that,
back in there.
that those Cru Beaujolais were actually
Yeah.
good enough to be blended with Pinot Noir.
I was so nervous when you said another rule came out in Burgundy because I was like,
Oh.
okay, the 50th today? Because they are constantly
No more
dishing
rules.
out, no
No.
more, please.
No, that was
please,
years
no
and
more,
years
yeah.
ago.
Yeah,
And it
they
was the
did.
latest appellation to be created in Burgundy, which
Okay,
hadn't happened
yes.
in a long time. So,
Yeah.
so yeah, but I think it definitely kind of brought up that pedigree basically of Gamay.
Yeah.
Gamay can
Oh, yeah.
be just beautiful
Yep, this is
and
this
way
is
more
gorgeous.
than
And it
just
should
a
have
celebration wine.
yeah, it's totally reasonable for them to make cruise there because absolutely this is I mean there is a difference, so good.
Delish.
I drank most of mine.
Well, it's easy to do. You know, and of course, being French, it's easy on the alcohol. It's low
Yeah.
on the sulfurs. And
Which is
low
important
on,
too. I feel like when you're having a party, you kind of want sometimes those lower alcohol wines every once in a while, so everybody doesn't get just sloshed.
Give him space.
Yeah.
So Sorry,
So
the
perfect.
prescription is just not that good.
It's perfect for a party.
Um,
And then, if you want to get your party members
oh, yeah.
sloshed,
Yeah, so now this is something kind of cool. Well, not kind of.
I get
It's really
paid
cool. It's
to
really
get
cool.
to
This
feed
is
people wine.
this is Domaine Pego. So this is a wine that's very special. Domaine Pego is actually known as one of the best producer in the Châteauneuf. One of the top tier estates, really. And if you look at press, if you look at history and whatnot, it's fairly newcomer in the world of Châteauneuf, considering like how much history there is in
Yeah.
Châteauneuf. But it's a very reputable producer, smaller quantities, and it's something we don't usually bring a whole lot of, if any. And this year, for some reason, we managed to get some of that. So
Didn't you smooth talk your way in there?
I think so.
So for some reason,
I think so, and it was great. It was a thing of beauty. But so we can actually taste Domaine Pego Châteauneuf, and
Yeah,
that's the
perfect.
2014 vintage. So you're at being Châteauneuf, it's a majority of Grenache, of course. So in this case, it's 80%. And then it's got 6% Syrah, 4% Mourvèdre, and the other 10% is a mix of all of the other varietals that are allowed in Châteauneuf, which there's a lot of them. So you're looking at a very old school, old flavor profile
Yeah.
Châteauneuf producer.
Yeah,
And
this
this
is an
is like
old
Châteauneuf. Yeah, it's like the
Yeah.
old fashioned, the old
Yeah.
traditional way of making Châteauneuf. So it's gonna have a little bit of funkiness. It's gonna have some earthiness. It's
It
gonna have
is
some like
so
tobacco.
earthy.
It's gonna have all sorts of things. It's so cool. I mean, I haven't gotten to try this in a long time, and I just now realized how I missed it.
the nose is killer. It's so layered. I
Yeah.
mean, immediately just like 10 things pop into your mind. It's gorgeous, and then on the palate, I get a ton of cherry notes again.
It's gorgeous, but it's gorgeous in a rustic
It's
kind of way.
gritty. It's like a gritty
It's like-
gorgeous. That's
yeah,
what I
it's
call
like-
it. A gritty gorgeousness. I love it. Rustic is a way better way to put it.
Well, I have to be careful what I say.
Yeah, I'm not very good at it. I once called a wine my grandmother's closet or something. I'm not very good at it.
But yeah, this is super cool. It's a great bottle of wine. It's something we don't see all the time. So jump
The
on
finish
it.
on this is really great too.
Mhm.
So my first sip has still been lingering. I mean, it took a while for it to go away, and then I know a sign of a really good bottle because I want another sip,
Mhm.
and that's what happened with this wine.
It's
finish
got that
lingered,
acid.
and then I just wanted more.
Female winemaker, by the way, Laurence Ferraud, and she's known as a super talented winemaker in Châteauneuf. So she's got this project with her dad. She's got her own estate going as well, called Château Pego. And then she's got different kind of bottling that she does with
Wow.
purchased fruit. I mean, she's a busy,
Yeah,
busy
powerhouse.
lady, definitely.
How cool.
And just iconic wine, really. And this is just a baby. I mean,
Oh,
let's face
absolutely.
it,
I mean,
this is
you
14.
said this is a 14. There's no bricking. I mean, there's no bricking, and it is just drinking beautifully now, and you can even taste that it has so much still to give.
Oh, totally.
Yeah, I think a little bit of that cherry might even fall out, and just more earth will just.
In fact, that makes me happy because
Shine.
I have a bottle at my house from my daughter's perfume,
Oh my
and
gosh!
so I'm waiting for her to be old enough.
Wow, what a lucky duck.
So we'll see when that is.
Do you have any from '92? And are you looking to adopt?
Well, we can talk later.
Okay.
But no, this is super cool, and I really think I think this is like a really pretty lineup. I think a very classic kind of lineup for
Yeah, no,
Thanksgiving.
this is a gorgeous lineup.
And regardless of what I end up making, I think it'll be dark, but I haven't really thought it through yet. I guarantee you I'm gonna wear my Thanksgiving pants.
Your Thanksgiving pants.
Yeah, they have to
Be
give
a little stretchy.
yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, usually that's what happens, just a little too much food, wine, get
That
comfy
makes
on the
sense.
couch.
I eat Thanksgiving in I guess I have a special pair of pants too.
You
now
do?
that you mention it, yeah.
Yeah, well, you
The
should.
stretchiest pair I own that aren't yoga pants.
All right, where's that turkey?
Joey, those are my maternity pants.
No, these are my Thanksgiving pants.
I guess I definitely do that though. I'm trying to recall what I wore last year, but I guess it doesn't matter.
Pull them out once a year. Thanksgiving. There you go.
What color are they?
They're kind of like a bluish, but
Oh,
like
okay.
very elastic kind of
Yeah,
waistband. Yeah, just it's comfy. Super
it's comfy.
Super comfy. So,
Thanksgiving is all about comfort.
yeah.
You got your comfort foods. These wines are absolutely gorgeous, which will elevate your comfort food table a little bit more. Yeah, I think all of these wines were an absolute hit. This is an awesome lineup, Michael. You hit the nail on the head,
You know,
knocked
Henry,
it out of
that's
the park.
like, that's your whole meal right there.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah, it's perfect. Love it. So, as always, again, if you buy all 4 wines here at Tastings, they are 15% off, and individually they are 10% off. These wines I think you really seriously need to have on your Thanksgiving table. Don't leave me hanging, because they are definitely going to be on mine. I'm super excited. And Michael, do you remember what our motto is?
I think I have a pretty good guess.
Okay, give it your best shot.
Life's too short to drink bad wine.
Yeah, you nailed it. Sure
Damn
is.
it. Cheers.
Cheers. Merry Christmas.